All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Thursday, December 23rd. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by bballpicks.com. Anybody can play, anybody can join. Sign up today and follow the top basketball pickers in the world right here at bballpicks.com. And let's take a look at our top scorer, and it's still Zach Reed at 800 points. You got Eddie O from Montreal at 781, Miss Denica at 776, and those are your top three scorers right now at bballpicks.com. Let's take a look if we have a hot picker right now. And lo, our very own underdog sniper, 13-3. And he is on target right now, 13-3. He's having a great run. So good job, sniper, right there. And folks, if you want to follow the top pickers, you can see our good friend from Portugal, Rui Pedro Nogueira, is hosting 6 Kobe Awards. You got the Terminator with 5, and then you got Justin here, NBA picks with 4. Artie, the one-man party, with 4, and Eddie O also got 4 picks, Kobe's. So you can get these here each and every day right here at bballpicks.com. All right, good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a fine day. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. It's a beautiful sunny day here in the nation's capital. It's about minus 8 degrees, so a little nippy, not like it is in Florida where it's probably like 27, but it is what it is. And a couple of days until Christmas, and this will be our last show of the holiday. We'll be back next Monday, but it'll be our last show this week. And then not much going on tomorrow, and then maybe a Christmas morning I'll do a little surprise podcast or something, depending what happens here on Christmas Day. We've got 5 NBA games to talk about. But if you are new to the Raymond Report, the Raymond Report is based on 3 basic fundamentals of sports handicapping. 5 if you live in a trailer park. Hey, there's a good joke that goes with that. Hey, you ever see that comedian? 5 levels of drinking, 6 if you live in a trailer park. It's if you Google it, it's really good. I think it's Jeff Regan or something like that. But the 3 fundamentals of sports handicapping is value, percentage play, and the cycles, right? And if you look at the cycles here in the Raymond Report, we've been very adamant lately on the STP, the situational timing position of games. And last night, we talked about all the games we handicap, and in Oklahoma City, to me, it looked like the best. Now, I'm going to say it wasn't the best pick to take on the board, but it was the best game on the board to bet. And when you get 2 teams and those timing, like I always say, the situational timing position of both those teams favored, in my opinion, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and that's why OKC was in my view, was a good selection. Now, the thing is, hey, I'm happy that the pick won, but at the end of the day, when you make a selection, can you live with that selection, and was it the right play, right? Sometimes you hear a lot of handicappers or bettors and say, well, why did you take that play? That's not a good play. It's timing, situational timing on the positions of the teams and games, and we'll be taking a look at that here today. Also, if you want to learn more about the Raymond Report, there's some tutorials here on the website. If you go to Tools, go to ATS Tutorials, you can learn about the Raymond Report. I'm always revamping it, so I should be adding some more videos. Hey, I already got 18 videos there. I don't know if I want to add any more, but there is 18 videos if you want to learn about my sports betting system, and if you want to be a more educated sports bettor and learn 24 years of experience. And if you look at all these videos, it'll give you a head start if you're on day 1, right? And if you're interested in my book, Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets, a book I wrote in 2009, you can get this book right here at atsstats.com. And yes, we are now dabbling into a bit of the cryptocurrency. As you can see, we got strollers, we got the top coins, and I'm looking to adding more content and really changing a little bit of the direction of the show into the sports. I told you guys, since we started, trying to be like the CNBC of sports betting. And you're going to see more financial technical tools here on the website, including the top 20 coins. And right now, Bitcoin is the top coin right now at 48,000, and all prices are in US, 48,816. Ethereum at 3,954, and the Binance coin is at 530. and those are your top 3 coins right now in the market. And so I'm going to be dabbling more into the cryptocurrency markets. I do have a bit of experience with it. I do know some of the projects out there, so I will be maybe hiring a couple of more writers to write more about cryptocurrency, stock market, and involving the sports betting market and tying it in with the crypto and stock market. So this way, it's all about financial technicals, and at the end of the day, investment, right? Sports betting is an investment. Investing in coins is investment. Stock market's investment, and sports betting investment is the name of the game. All right, so I'm going to say good morning now to all the people joining us in the bullpen, and there's our good friend Eric Jones. I know Sniper was early out of the gate. There's Tim. Good morning, Tim. Was just thinking about your channel. Haven't been in a while. Hey, welcome back, Tim. Glad to have you back. Luigi, how you doing, Luigi? Morning, coach. Another pro yesterday, under Army. Hey, good job, Luigi. Hey, Luigi got he's smiling like a butcher's dog this morning because he just cashed in on his under. Isaiah, Celsius or Fahrenheit? Yeah, that's Celsius, Isaiah. Canadians, we use the Celsius. I know the American system is the Fahrenheits. So yeah, so it's hey, is brr really a degree? Hey, it's brr degree out here today in Ottawa. All right, Snipers in the house. Luigi, 3-team parlay. Oh my God, he's right in it. Look at Luigi, just diving into not even tiptoeing into the ocean there. He's going right into the deep end. 3-team parlay, 49ers over Florida and North Texas plus 2.5. There's Gloria K. Good morning, Breakfast Club peeps. And sorry I'm late. No, you're not late, Gloria. You're just early for tomorrow's show. That's all. Hey, yeah, I need that. I swear I need more props here. All right, Rick's in the house. How you doing? Good morning, Rick. Rick the Ruler. And Ron's book is awesome. Thank you, Gloria. Got a lot of plays today, but I think Heat Pistons over is the best one. And Chris Kalaja is into crypto, he says, and awesome. All right, OG Wheat, there he is, tumbling, and rumbling into the bullpen is OG Wheat from the ATL. And good morning, OG. And let's get those pearls. First time in the chat room. How y'all doing? Says Brent. Hey, good morning, Brent. And let's give Brent a good Ram Report welcome here. And again, thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Ram Report. And again, my name is Ron Raymond, and I've been doing this since 1996. And my first ever website was the Phoenix Sports Ticket, and affectionately known as the PST back in the day. And so not my first barbecue. All right, got a great show lined up for you here, guys. Today we're going to go to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, the Market Value Index. We're going to talk about the PVI SOS, the Parity Value Index, Strength of Schedule, the value and percentage plays of the day. This is starting to be one of my favorite segments here on the Ram Report. And if you do agree, post a comment in the chat, or if you're watching on the replay, post a comment in the section. We're going to look at the 49ers-Titan game tonight, the only Thursday night game. And then the Grizzlies-Warriors game will be the game of the day. We'll break down with the Ram Report. And I do have some NFL systems for you guys and NBA systems. And then we'll talk about those situational timing position. Which game on the board looks like the best one to bet on? And again, not the best team. Which game, to me, is the best one to bet on a situational timing position, and we'll learn more about the STP as we go. ATS Calculator, if you guys got some games you want me to project here on the ATS Calculator, right here at atscalculator.com. This is one of the other good tools that we have here on the Ram Report. And then, unfortunately, there'll be no hockey picks today because hockey's a little bit of a break right now, COVID break. But we'll be dropping the puck hopefully on the 27th. And then bballpicks.com, I put in my selections at the end and went 5-1 yesterday. Not a bad day. The only one I lost, I could have picked up Kobe if it wasn't for that Atlanta Hawks game. I had Atlanta, but Orlando crashed the party on that one. All right, your free horse racing tip sheet of the day is Gulfstream Park. If you like the ponies, you know I do. And today's free tip sheet is Gulfstream Park, and we're giving away the entire tip sheet for free just by going to our website. All races 1 to 10 right here at atsstats.com. Yeah, if you look at the bottom, you'll see the scrolling streamers right here of all the lines of the crypto. So if you're into Ethereum, Binance Coin, Solana, XRP, we are covering it now, and we're going to be adding more of the cryptocurrency material here in the near future. And so a little heads up on that. And if you do like the ponies, and tomorrow, only 2 tracks tomorrow, and wouldn't you know, it's the Florida tracks, Tampa Bay and Gulfstream. So tomorrow might be a day where I just flip on the couch and watch some Gulfstream and Tampa Bay tomorrow. All right, let's go to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's take a look at the markets right now. And staying with our theme of the markets, each and every day we take a look at what came in the last 7 days in all the sports. But right now we're just going to talk about the NBA because that's the only game going right now. And last night in the NBA, straight up winners for favorites 3-2. So 60% of the favorites covered last night. And look at that, 80% of the unders last night cashed in. So 1-4 to the unders yesterday, and the point spread 3-2 for the favorites. Now the favorites 3-2 straight up, 3-2 against the number. And it's always amazing when you look at the straight up and the point spread, 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, 3-3, 2-4. It's always I'm always curious when I look at the straight up and ATS factor. Now in the 7-day average, 59.3% of the favorites have cashed in. And you know what? When you look at the season average, 67.4. So right now, it's a dog days delight if you are betting underdogs in the NBA because, let me see here. They are winning at only a 40.9% clip. But here's the margin of, and this is why, and I say I'm going to do a 30, I was talking yesterday about a 30-day challenge, but I don't think I'm going to do a 30-day challenge. I think it's going to be a 50-pick challenge on picking straight ups and point spread and comparing which one has better value, right? And I'll be doing that after the holidays. But no, even Steven, a little Seinfeld right here. Even Steven, 50-50 on the point spread. And the bookmaker on the year, look at that, 51. Now here, ask yourself this question. If you're going to bet NBA, and if you're betting straight up, right now, if you pick your spots, or if you look at the record, 67.4% of the favorites have cashed in so far in the NBA, and if you look at the point spread, 51.7. So we're talking about a 26% difference right here, or no, the 16%, right? 16, where's my math from, right? Canadian math right there. All right, 16% difference right there. So that's a margin of, I wouldn't say margin of error, but margin of predictions that can go more in your favor if you be patient. I say it all the time, right? You can't be buying stocks or crypto every day, but if you're patient in the market, and the thing is, the thing with gamblers, they want to bet everything. Hey, look at that. There's a cricket race over there. Got to bet on that. It's just, you got to be patient. And this is why, from a money management position, you need an action investment plan and you need a sports betting plan. And we talk about that here each and every day on the Raymond Report. All right, who else is in the house there? I see Daryl Turner and his other brother Daryl just tuned into the Raymond Report. Good morning, Daryl. There's Steph. Who do you like tonight? Says Steph. Bo Jackson's in the house. How you doing, Bo? Because Bo knows. And let me see here. Gloria K. Me too, boo. And so also we have a Discord. I tried to go into Discord yesterday, but it just kept kicking me out. So I'm going to have to talk to Sniper today and see what's going on with that. I tried to get on it on my on the browser, but it just kept kicking me out. So I'll have to see what's the deal with that. All right, the question of the day, the poll of the day, if you look at the top here, who do you like tonight in the NFL? 49ers -3 or Titans +3? Make your vote count right here at the top of the page, and you can see right now 60% of the bullpen is on the 49ers at -3. Oh, look at that, 62%. So as you can see, it just switched right in front of my eyes right there. All right, so this is the NBA chart right here, the Sports Betting Index. And now we're going to take a look at the Bulls and Bears report in the NBA. Since we only got the NBA going tonight, and we already did the NFL yesterday, I'm going to take a look at the which team in the NBA is bullish, bearish, and neutral. This is what we call the Bulls report and the Bears report. And we take a look at which team that you should be looking at if you are bullish or bearish and neutral. So again, I'd like to break it up right here. So right now in the NBA, here are your bullish teams right now in the market. And in order to be a bullish status, you need to be 5-2, 6-1, 7-0 in your last 7 games. And right now, the teams that are very bullish in the NBA, Phoenix. Okay, so look at the 8 teams that are bullish. You got Phoenix, Chicago, Brooklyn, Utah, and Golden State. B-type teams, so teams that are above 50 to 59% in the standings. A-type teams are 60% or higher. So your B-type teams that are bullish are Cleveland, which finally lost last night in Boston. Remember I said yesterday, everything looked good except for that line. The bookmaker knew something that we didn't, and you know what? I took Cleveland. I went with the hot hand. But, hey, I just thought that the bookmakers knew something we didn't, and sure enough, the bookmakers were right. And as my good friend Ross Benjamin says all the time, you got to think like a bookmaker if you really want to beat the numbers. All right, Toronto, a C-type team. Now, Toronto dealing with a lot of COVID. They're the only C-type team in the bullish chart right here. That's because of, prior to the game, they've been off, a couple, almost like a week now. But prior to their COVID situation, they were 5-2. They're the only C-type team here, the team below 500 that is bullish. Here are all your neutral teams. Now, the neutral teams, the teams that I'm looking at here is San Antonio, Oklahoma, New Orleans, Minnesota, Indiana. Those are the C-type teams. The A and B-type teams, I expect them to be neutral at some time, but something to look at. And the only team that's bearish right now that is below 500 is Washington's. They're 16-15 on the year, and they're the only bearish team right now in the market. So again, the reason why we do this, the market value index, is we always want to see which team is bullish, bearish, and which teams are neutral market teams, so that way we get a good idea what to look for when we are handicapping those games. All right, let me see here. Canadian math, man. Yeah, can never bet again. NBA stands for never bet again, says Eric Castile. Yeah, Eric, LOL, says Ricky Ruler. Hey, Ricky Ruler, I like that name. Sounds like a good NASCAR driver. Hey, Ricky Ruler, what's your number? If you had a NASCAR car there, Rick, what would it be? Hey, Ricky Ruler, car number 3. All right, the effort in the NBA varies too much for me. I feel like college kids are competing for their lives, and I rarely, if ever, bet the NBA. Yeah, so the thing in college football, it's you're dealing with student athletes, and the way the student landscape of sports student athlete, it's what did Lane Kiffin said? It's more of a free agency, right? And having coached football and knowing the mentality just here in Canada on the kids here in Canada wanting to play American football, you can tell it's apples and oranges, right? The players who are really serious, they train and they're like adults right now and living their lives like sports athletes, right? They're training well, they're up early, and they're dedicated, right? And that's what's happening in the States right now. I think you're seeing a shift in college sports where more business. And to be honest, I don't know, like in hockey in Canada, we have what we call the CHL, right? The Canadian Hockey League. And each province, we have the Quebec Junior Major League, we have the OHL, and then the Western Hockey League. And that's where a lot of the NHL players get. When you look at football, most of the football players come from university and universities and colleges, right? And if you look at the way hockey does it, maybe college needs to go a route where they have like a Canadian Hockey League system or a junior football program. We do have a junior football program here in Canada. It's the CJFL, Canadian Junior Football League, and maybe that's a route that the Americans want to look at taking, because in the CJFL it's like community football for junior football, right? But I think that's a topic for another show, and we'll just stick it to NBA. But you know what? I just saw that, and it made me think of that, so there you go. All right, let's go to the PVI SOS, and we're going to do one game here on the board, and I'm going to do the game of the day between the Grizzlies and the Warriors. There's Mitchell Watson from the Big D, Big D, but he likes all the Boston teams. Hey, where's your loyalty there, Mitchell? If you're from Detroit and you like all the Boston teams. My middle name is another NASCAR name, Dell. My number would be 00, says Rick Dell Ruler. Hey, the 00 car. Hey, there you go. 003, 007 or something, right? I like that. All right, let's go to the game between Memphis and Golden State. And we'll do Memphis first. Now, the Warriors a 5.5-point favorite this evening, and they're playing the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. No, you got an A against a B-type team. So we're doing, what did I say here? We're doing Memphis first. So Memphis is on the road against a Golden State's an A-type team. And anytime the Grizzlies have played an A-type team on the road, only happened 3 times this year. They played Utah, Washington at one point, were an A-type team. And if you remember the hot start they had, and then Golden State, right? So they already played Golden State on October 28th, and it was a 104-101 victory for Memphis. So we'll see if that happens again tonight. So when Memphis is on the road against those teams above 60% in the standings, they are 2-1 straight up and against the point spread, 1-2 to the under. The average score is 111 to 103 for the home team. So there's a difference of 8. and the line tonight is what, 5.5, and the total is 216. So if you do this number Canadian math right here, 214, and so you're looking at 214. So you're looking at the under, and so pretty much interesting numbers right there. And normally, when they are an underdog in that spot against A-type teams, the average is 8.25, and you can see there's value here today at 5.5. So you are getting Memphis at a bit of value here, and they have already beaten Golden State at home. So that's an interesting angle I didn't see this morning. Now, Golden State, the Warriors, a 5.5 point favorite. Now, the Warriors at home right now, they are at home 14-2 at home. Or let me see here, 15-2. Sorry, 15-2. I was looking at Phoenix. So Golden State 15-2, while the Memphis only 4-3 on the road this season. 4-3. Oh, wait a minute. 8-5. Too many columns to look at. So Memphis 8-5 on the road, where Golden State is 15-2. And when Golden State is playing those B-type teams like Memphis, they are 3-1 straight up. But look at that, 0-4 to the under. So when Golden State's at home against those B-type teams, so teams that are 50 to 59.9% in the standings, 3-1, 2-2 against the point spread. The average score is 112 to 104. And if I use my Canadian math right there, that is what, 216. So a little bit of a conflict between Memphis on the road. Was it 214 we said, and now it's 216. And the average total is 224, and tonight is 216. So interesting numbers right there, and they are normally a 6.38 favorite, almost fair market value at 5.5. So if you round it off, it's about 1 point difference right here. But 0-4, maybe you want to consider an indicator here towards the under, and we'll look later on as I'm going to do the full Ram Report analysis on this game, and I'll get to that in just 1 second. All right, that is the PVI SOS, and you can get this each and every day right here at the Ram Report. You go to your dashboard, and then you go to PVI SOS, and then you go to the game of your choice, and it'll bring you everything that you need. All right, I'm confused with the new show format. What is the system play of the day? Says who says who? Who's Mizzou? The system play of the day. Yeah, so just follow along the network, and you will see that I will have the system plays of the day in a couple of segments. So if you go to our YouTube channel, and you're gonna see show more, expand it, and you're gonna see the here. Let me do that for you guys here. Let me bring this over. So here's the if you're on our YouTube channel right here. So if you just click on this right here, you see show more. Click on that, and it's going to give you the schedule of today's show. Sports betting, market value index, the value and percentage play of the day, the Rain Report, 49ers Titans, the Grizzlies Warriors, NFL system plays of the day will be right here. Situational timing, and then a calculator and all that good stuff. So every day when you guys come to the show and you want to see what's on the agenda today, what's on the schedule, just click that show more right here, and then you're going to see the schedule of the day. And this way you can follow along. Hey, follow along at home. Sound like a romper room. Hey, follow along. I see you. All right, so there you go. That's the thanks for the question there, network. Appreciate it. Lake Central Florida, UCF2 says Daryl Turner and his other brother Daryl to play the Gator. Yeah, the Gators are quite a mess right now. Yeah, Gators are they are a mess, but I'll take a look at that in just a few minutes. All right, let's go to the value and percentage plays of the day. Again, this is starting to be one of my favorite segments of the show, and what we do here in the Rain Report. And as much as I love the predictions and the computer forecasts, it's all about STP, situational timing and position of games. And what I like to do in this segment is we'll do the let me see here. The value and percentage play. We'll do NFL, and then I'll do the NBA. All right, so where's the NFL one? Here's the NFL chart. So if you go to the front page, you'll see the 49ers pictures right here, and you will see the this chart right here. So what I do in this chart is I talk about two things, value and the percentage play. And sometimes I will point out a cycle. If a team like an A-type team is in a good cycle and how long they've been in that cycle, and you can see that. All right, double coach on the screen, love it. Double coach on the screen, love it. Oh, double coach, yeah. Hey, I feel like a spearmint date here, right? double dating, double. You remember the spearmint commercials? Double. All right, 49ers taking on the Titans, and again, you can get this on the front page. Look for the 49ers pictures, and this is called the Ram Report Value and Percentage Play Chart for NFL Week 16. And what I'm going to do here is tell you which team has value, which team has no value or fair market value, and which team is undervalued. and we'll take a look at that right now. And here at the top, I have the odds, so the game odds that I took yesterday, the over-under. Now, here's my value indicator. So this is what my value index. I take my line, and I compare it with the bookmaker's line. And if it's in yellow, that's fair market value. And if it's in green, that means you have value. If it's in orange, that means they're overvalued. And if they're in red, they're undervalued. All right. So just to recap, green means great value or good value. Orange means overvalued. And the red means undervalued. And yeah, so there you go. And the yellow is fair market value. So we got the 49ers taking on the Titans. We have fair market value on the 49ers. Good value here on the Titans. And looking at the chances of winning, does favor San Francisco at 54.5%. And this is based on previous games in the database going back to 1983. So I've got stats in football, NFL, going back to 1983. Every game, I got the total, I got the line. And what I do is I go look for when any NFL team is in the exact situation that San Fran's in tonight. So, like say a -3.5 to 6.5 point road favorite, totals 44.5 to a certain range, and they're coming off a win or a loss, blah, blah, blah. And I use my algorithms, and then I give you what the percentage play. And you know what? The percentage play did very well in the NBA yesterday, and I'll take a look at that when we do the NBA. All right, so just a little bit of a spill on how, because if you're following along online and you're wondering, okay, what does the green mean? What does the red mean? What does the cow? CAL stands for chance of winning. PVI confidence. Now, parity value index right here and confidence. This tells me the B-type team, what kind of cycle this team is in. Are they in a bullish cycle, neutral cycle, or bearish cycle? And how many days have they been in that cycle? So if you are following along, you're wondering what all these these abbreviations and all that good stuff is, well, I just gave you a little bit of a rundown right there. All right, so we do have good value here today. And keep in mind, this segment is about value and the percentage play, right? It's not a pick. I'm not giving you guys pick. I'm just telling you what has value tonight and what team has the best percentage of winning. So Tennessee has good value, but 49ers have the chance of winning at 54.5. Cleveland against the Packers. You got the Browns, which have good value, and the Packers are overvalued. And looking at the chance of winning, A bullish on the Packers at 86.3%. Colts taking on the Cardinals on the Christmas Day. Is this the Christmas Day game? I can't remember. 8:30. I think this is the 8 o'clock game, right? This is where you're going to be on the couch and all full from your turkey or whatever your supper you're going to be. And probably have the belt buckle all undone and you're watching this game, right? You got good value on both these teams, but the chance of winning does favor Arizona, who's been neutral for 45 days and 50% chance of winning. Chargers taking on the Texans. You got an overvalued Chargers team here at 9.5, and the Texans undervalued when it comes to the point spread because I had them at 11.7, so you should be getting more on the Texans, but you're getting 9.5. 77.7% chance of winning for the Chargers. Now, good value on the Rams and Vikings, 62.8% chance of winning for the Rams. The Bills and Patriots, good value on both these teams. Patriots has a 53.4% chance of winning compared to 46.2 for the Buffalo Bills. Jacksonville overvalued, New York Jets undervalued, and you got a 46.6% chance of winning for the Jets compared to 44.3 for the Jags. You got Lions undervalued, Falcons overvalued, 66.6% favoring Atlanta. You got Tampa Bay taking on Carolina. Now Tampa Bay overvalued in this spot, and you got Carolina good value here at 10.5, and 77.7% chance of winning for the Bucks. Baltimore and Cincinnati, good value here on both these teams. And Baltimore, look at this. Baltimore, 66.6% chance of winning as an underdog. And you know what? I like the other side right there. Giants taking on the Eagles. You got good value here on the Giants. Overvalued for the Eagles. 80% chance of winning for Philadelphia. Bears and Seahawks. You got undervalued Bears against an overvalued Seahawks team. And you got the 66.6% chance of winning. And again, going back to 1983. C neutral against a C bearish, and they've been neutral for 18 days. You got the Steelers and Chiefs. You're getting good value on the Steelers, overvalued for the Chiefs. And KC, look at this, 76.3% chance of winning for Kansas City. Denver taking on the Raiders. We have the Broncos, good value here at plus 1.5, overvalued for the Raiders. And I had the Raiders winning this game, 54.9% compared to 45.4 for the Denver Broncos. Washington taking on the Cowboys. The Cowboys overvalued. Good value on the Washington football team. 88.8% chance of winning for the Dallas Cowboys. And your Monday Night Football game of the week, Dolphins taking on the Saints. The Dolphins are good value, and the Saints are overvalued at 3.5. And we got the Saints winning at 57.5. So there you have it. That is the value and percentage play for NFL Week 16. Now, folks, you can get this here on our website. If you go to the front page of atsstats.com, look for the 49ers pictures, and then it'll bring you to that page. All right, that is NFL. Let's take a look at the value and percentage play today for the NBA. And there's a picture of Steph Curry. That was a picture in December 12th, 2020, when they were playing, let me see here, who were they playing? Denver. All right, so let's take a look here. So I put down the legend here, the value and percentage charts. So again, green, bullish value, orange, overvalued, yellow, fair market value, and red, undervalue, right? And what I did in this one, I probably should have done it in the NFL, is I took the predictions of all the teams that we have in our system report. So this way, if you want to save a little bit of time instead of like going from page to page, I just put the predictions. So I'm not going to talk about the predictions since this segment is all about value and percentage play. So right now, Houston taking on Indiana. You got good value on the Rockets tonight at plus 9.5. Indiana overvalued at 9.5. C neutral for 19 days, and the chance of winning does favor Indiana at 68.4%. Atlanta taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, keep in mind, probably no Trae Young here tonight. Plus 10, so you're getting value on an Atlanta Hawks team, but keep in mind you're not getting the core players. Philadelphia is overvalued at minus 10. They've been B neutral for 15 days, and the chances of winning does favor Philadelphia at 81.6%. New Orleans taking on Orlando. Overvalued here on the Pelicans and undervalued on the Magic. And we do have New Orleans winning at 66.6%. They've been neutral for 33 days. And we have Detroit taking on Miami. Good value on the Pistons. Overvalued for the Heat. And 70.4% chance of winning for Miami. Washington taking on the New York Knicks. Now you're getting an overvalued team here in Washington against a fair market value line here on the New York Knicks. And you got a B bearish team that's bearish for 14 days against a C bearish team for 19 days. And what you'll notice is I highlighted the teams that I feel have the best value between the matchup, right? So everything in yellow, it just indicates what I think is a better positional situation for that team tonight. All right, where was I here? 48.2% for Washington, 46.1% for the New York Knicks on the percentage play. Milwaukee taking on Dallas. Dallas is good value here at plus 5. Milwaukee overvalued at minus 5. And we do have the Bucks winning at 73.3 compared to 34.2 for the Dallas minus Luka Doncic here in the lineup. Charlotte taking on Denver. Good value on the Hornets and overvalued here for Denver at minus 2.5. 50.8% chance of winning for Charlotte and 45.8% for the Denver Nuggets. Now, Minnesota taking on Utah. We have the good value on the T-Wolves here tonight, plus 11.5. And if you look at Utah, minus 11.5, good fair market value. I had them at 10.62. So if you do like Utah tonight, you got some pretty good value on the Jazz, and they've been bullish for 30 days, right? The rich get richer, 89.6%. And if you look at the forecast, 119 to 107. So it does have them winning by 12. All right, Oklahoma taking on Phoenix. We have the one of our plays last night was on the Thunder, and we talked about that game yesterday. I thought Oklahoma was in a good situation against Denver. I thought the timing, the situational timing position of the Thunder last night at plus 6.5 I thought it was really good value, and we pulled the trigger on that, right? And you got an A bullish team, an 83.3% chance of winning on Phoenix. That is overvalued here tonight against a Thunder team who played last night against Denver. Then you got, Memphis against Golden State. You got two good teams in value, and you have 54.4% chance of winning for Golden State, 22.2 for the Grizzlies. And then the final game on the day, you got San Antonio against the Lakers. Lakers overvalued at minus 1. Good value at the Spurs at plus 1. And we have the Lakers percentage play at 46.1 compared to 37.5. All right, here we go. The 3 NBA system plays of the day. and I see people talking about the system. Rick Ruler, I like your system. Cap win against teams that depend on their passing. You just remember the code. All right, numbers are great, but I find intuition works better. Yeah, intuition works better, but you need intuition, but you also need to be an educated intuition, right? Like the thing is with intuition, and I trust me, I know where you're coming from. But to me, before I get to the intuition part, I need to do my homework, and I need to know, what teams are. I'll give you an example. If a team is playing 4 games in 5 nights, right? Intuition is not going to tell me that. So these are things that you need to really do your research, right? All right, system play number 1. Anytime you got an NBA home favorite last 2 years after a division game, and they're playing a conference opponent, and they're coming off a Western Conference foe, and it was a road win as a favorite. So Phoenix is in a good spot to win straight up tonight, 16-4, and also 13-7 to the over. So system play number 1, Phoenix. And what is Phoenix tonight? Minus 15. I'm not laying minus 15. But 13-7 to the over. So system play number 1, over the total for Phoenix against Oklahoma City, 214.5. System play number 2. This is a pretty good one right here. Any NBA road favorite the last 4 years on 1 day's rest, and they're coming off a win versus a Northwest opponent, and it was between 12 to 15 points. That team is, that road favorite is 17-1. 15-3 against the number, and 4-14 to the under. And New Orleans, I believe, is playing Orlando tonight, right? So so New Orleans at Orlando, 5.5, 208.5 is the line. But look at that, 17-1 straight up, 15-3 against the point spread. But look at the under, 14-4. So a little bit of a decision to make there. Do you play the total? Do you play the money line, or do you play the point spread? And this is why. Hey, we'll let Rick's intuition let him know what to do. All right, NBA road teams last 2 years after a non-division game, coming off 4 days rest. So an NBA road team last 2 years after a non-division game, coming off 1 ATS win, and it was between 4 and 7 points, and they allowed only 101 and 105 points against that team. Look at the under, 3-14-0 to the under. So let's go Washington under tonight against the where's Washington? Washington, New York. So Washington, New York under 210.5, and the system again. Any road team last 2 years after a non-division game, playing on 4 days rest, coming off an ATS win, coming off a 4 to 7 point win, and they only allowed 101, 105 points against. 14-3 to the under. And folks, you can get all these for free right here at atsstats.com. Look for the Steph Curry image, and once you get there, just right here, click on it, and then you can review everything that we just went over. And if you want to, I know I just went through a lot, and sometimes people, what they like to do is they like to, the game I like was Milwaukee-Dallas. What did Ron say on that? Just rewind it, and then you'll see if I had a take on that. But you can get all this for free. Just go to the website, and you can see this here. It's all here for free at atsstats.com. All right, that is your value play in NBA. Let's take a look at the NFL. We're going to kill 2 birds, 1 stone here today, folks, because we've got the NFL, normally NFL Football Friday, but we're not doing a show tomorrow. So, actually, I think we just did that, right? Yeah, so let me give you the system. I thought I put the system plays. Yeah, here we go. All right, so I gave you the NFL value and the value and percentage play. Now, here are your NFL system plays for week number 16. NFL system play number 1 is the Green Bay Packers, but it's on the money line straight up. And I know the what's the line in that game? That's pretty high, right? But again, I don't argue with the system. I just give them to you. Anytime you got an NFL home favorite after a non-division game, totals between 44.5 and 47. They're coming off a road win as a favorite, and that the opponent they're facing has a winning percentage of 41 to 50%. And Cleveland is what now, 7-7, and the home team. The home favorite is 20-5 in that spot. Not good against the point spread. 10-14 and 13-12. But look at that, 20-5 straight up. So maybe, then the reason why, okay, Ron, if you're giving me this system and Green Bay 7.5, why are you giving it to me, right? Well, I'm not telling you to bet Green Bay 7.5 on the money line or just take it on the money. Maybe you want to do a 2-team parlay, right? Just knowing that you got a 20, what is that, a 70 or 20 and a 80% system right there, 75% system. That's pretty good right there. All right, system number 2. Anytime you got a road team as a favorite during the month of December, during week 12 to 16, and that team is coming off a 3 ATS win, check out the over here, 24-12. It's not a really strong system, But it's, LA Rams over, and the Rams playing the Vikings in a dome, so there is potential to the elements won't affect, have a big outcome in the game since you're playing in the dome. Good climate conditions for both teams. So anytime you got a road favorite in the month of December, week 12 to 16, and that road favorite is coming off 3 ATS wins, and that tells you that team's rolling, right? And they're coming off an under, so I do like the over in this game, 24-12 and 0 to the over. All right, system play number 3. And how about them Cowboys? Anytime you got a home favorite like the Cowboys this weekend before a conference game during the month of December, during week 12 to 16, and they're coming off a 14 to 17 point win, and that win was on the road. That home favorite is 16-4. 16-4, and the Dallas Cowboys facing Washington. Now, it's a little chalky at 10.5, but again, Green Bay, Dallas on a 2-team parlay. It won't win you a king's ransom, but it could pay off a little bit here for you, and it's positive, right? And you're getting to the point of the year now in the NFL where favorites win like 80% of the time. It's just the contenders, and the favorites, I mean contenders, teams that are playoff type teams, right? These teams, very rarely you're going to see like a Green Bay choke this time of year. Especially Green Bay, the top team in the NFL. They want the number 1 seed, right? All right, so system play number 4. Anytime you got a home team like the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend before a non-division game, it's week 12 to 16, and they're coming off 5 ATS wins. They are 25-4, so you might want to add KC to your 3-team parlay. KC, Dallas, and Green Bay on the money line. If you look at the system stats, they do support it. The system play number 5. Anytime you got a underdog of picking the +3 before a non-division game during week 12 to 16 during the month of December, coming off a 3-game losing streak like Baltimore, 13-6 to the over. So if you like totals, I got 2 of them there for you this week: the over in the Rams and the over in the Ravens. And the Ravens are playing Cleveland? No, Cincinnati. Yeah, so Cincinnati. And, Cool Hand Joe can light them up too, right? All right, so like the over now. And in your final system of the day is a play again on the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, the Raiders going into this game here, and the line is what? -1.5, so maybe the money line if you do like the Raiders. Anytime you got a home team on 5 days rest during the month of December coming off a road win, the Raiders coming off that win against Cleveland, and their opponent they're facing this week has a 41 to 50% win percentage. And looking at the Broncos, they are 6-8 on the year, or 7-7. So 7-7, that's 50%. 17-4 straight up. So the Raiders on a system 17-4 straight up. All right, let me know what you think. If you enjoy those systems, hit the like buttons. If you got a comment, post it up. But again, if you want to review these systems, you go to our website, atsstats.com. Look for the Cool Hand Joe right here. Hey, LSU Joe smoking a cigar after the national championship, and that's a funny image. It'll never leave my brain. Just seeing the, hey, that was kind of funny. All right, so there it is, and you can get these for free just by going to our website, and those systems are located at our website, atsstats.com. All right, that is the system plays of the day. And now we're going to handicap some games for you. We're going to handicap, sticking with the NFL. Let's go to that game tonight between the 49ers and the Tennessee Titans. Now, let me take a look at the starting lineup to see if there's anything. And really, there's nothing. It looks like everybody's ready to go. Kittle's the main thing, right? George Kittle, he's got to be in the lineup if you want really a good chance for that offense to be productive, because I think that offense goes through the tight end. Nope, wrong one. Let me go to this game right here. Did I already click on it? No, let me see. Okay. Let me go here. So just bring this back over here. All right. Any questions in the, man, you guys are pretty quiet today in the bullpen, eh? Unless you're talking about something else I'm not seeing. Wisconsin. Okay, college basketball. You guys are already in the hoops. All right. San Francisco taking on the Tennessee Titans. Now the 49ers, a 3.5-point favorite. The over-under is set at 44.5. Forecast going to lead with San Fran here tonight by 3. Look at that. 26.7, 23.5. The over-under at 50.31. So it does anticipate a high-scoring affair. And if you look at San Francisco's last 5 games, 4-1 straight up and against the number. And for the Titans, they are 2-3 straight up, 1-4 against the point spread. And they're not winning those close games they normally tend to win, right? The one thing with Tennessee, if you look at some of their games in the last 10, 19-13, 20-0. That was a good one against the Jags, but it's the Jags. 36-13. They got pounded by the Patriots. Lost to the Texans, right? You shouldn't be losing to the teams below 500. And then you got Titans and the Saints. Saints are a mess, just barely beating the Saints. 28-16 against the Rams. Sometimes you catch a team in a situational timing position, and I think that was one of those instances for the Titans. 34-31 against the Colts. That's a good win, but keep in mind, that was in October, right? But like the Janet Jackson song says, what have you done for me lately? And lately, you're not getting the job done if you're a Tennessee Titan fan, right? You're kind of concerned. Now, looking at San Francisco, 31-13 win in their last game against the Falcons. 26-23. And these are that was an overtime game right here. And this is what I mean. Good teams find a way to win. Bad teams find a way to lose. And we'll see if Tennessee finds a way to lose here tonight. But when I look at this game here tonight, and I see the Tennessee Titans at home this year, they are 5-2 straight up. And so is San Francisco. San Francisco doesn't really do well at home. In fact, if you look at San Fran's home record, 3-4 prior to the last win against Atlanta, 2-4. But who are they beating really at home, right? I'd have to take a look. But the last matchup against the Titans, they've done very well at the Nissan Stadium. 4-1 straight up, but only 2-3 against the number. In the last 10 head-to-head meetings, Tennessee is 3-7 against the Niners, 7-3 against the point spread, though. That's a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde number right there. 3-7 straight up, but 7-3 against the point spread, 7-3 to the over. And this is where I think I'm leaning tonight. Man, look at this. I just noticed this right here. Anytime you got a home dog on 3 days rest, 1-7 straight up, 3-5 against the number, but 1-7 to the under. And look at this, same thing for the road favorites, 7-1 obviously, 5-3, and 1-7. So teams on short days rest tend to play, a lot of unders, right? And I know the history between these two teams have played over, but when you look at the games this year at Tennessee, 2-5 to the under, and for San Fran, 3-4 to the under. I think the under is where you want to lean in this one here tonight. And I'm going to play, I just don't trust Tennessee right now. And they are neutral? They've been neutral for 31 days, and they're A neutral against a B neutral team, right? So the fact that Tennessee is A neutral, meaning they do have a winning record above 60%, so you can't really quit on them, right? So the thing is, the betting public will always tend to look at the last game and, factor that immensely into their pick in tonight's game, right? So people are going to look back and say, oh, you know what? They didn't look good against the Steelers. Big Ben's, on his retirement tour, and they didn't look good against the Steelers. But keep in mind, it was in Pittsburgh, and then 49ers manhandled the Atlanta Falcons. They came back. Hey, the Falcons were in the first half were going blow for blow, right? But 49ers just came out on top. And but I think the under is where you want to go here tonight. I think the under is where you want to take the money. All right, let me see if I got any other stats down here to support that. Let me see here. All right, so anytime the total's been road team, any road team the last 3 years when the total's 44.5, look at that, 18-34 to the under. So last 3 years, the total's 44.5, look at the under, 18-34 to the under. But again, you're getting two teams on 3 days rest. And I can tell you as a football coach, when you're coaching a team on 3 days rest, you are catering to the injuries. You're worried about the running back who's got bruised ribs, the lineman who's on one leg, the receiver who's probably his fingers are busted up. There's so many things you're worried about as a coach when you're going into a game like this. And the thing you're probably thinking, all right, ball control, field position, and I think you're going to see a field position game here this evening. And I think you're gonna want to force the other team to go more yards to score points on you, right? You don't want to give them a short field. You want to make sure they start from their 20 and inside their own red zone, because if that happens, then they got to chew up some clock, and that helps the under. But I do like the under here tonight between the 49ers and the Titans. All right, let's take a look at that's the Rain Report NFL game of the day, and I'm gonna do the NBA game of the day, and I'm gonna go to the Grizzlies and the Warriors. So that's the NBA game of the day that I'm gonna handicap for you guys. I also like the under coach. I can see low score and Titans good defense. They are 4 against run. Yeah, exactly. As Prince Basket says right there. Yep, you got two teams playing on 3 days rest. That's all you need to say, really. You know how banged up these teams are going to be tonight. And this is where I'm not a big fan of their weekday games. I don't care. Monday. I know Monday is the history of Monday Night Football. I get that. But, games on a Thursday, to me, football is a weekend sport. I've been brought up that way. When I was young, I played weekends, and football should not be played on a Thursday. It's too impactful. People say it's a physical sport. No, it's not a physical sport. It's a collision sport. And when you got big men colliding, it takes days rest. And to me, it just I think the NFL has really got to look into that and get back to playing on weekends. All right, you got Memphis taking on the Golden State Warriors. Now the Warriors are 6-point favorite here this evening. The over/under is set at 216. Now I said earlier in the podcast, I don't know where I was going with that, but in the podcast I said earlier the PVI SOS Memphis on the road against A-type teams. They have beaten the Grizzlies, the Warriors in this spot before, right? Prior to the year. Now going into tonight's game, you got a team like Memphis who's B bullish for 23 days against an A bullish team. So you got two teams who are very bullish, but you got an A against a B right here. All right, keep that in mind. Now the forecast leaning towards the Warriors 110 to 108, and if you look at Golden State, 7-3 in their last 10 straight up, 4-5-1 to the point spread, and Memphis 7-3 and 6-4 against the number. I had this line at minus 9.8. You can see you're getting the discount at 6. And you're getting good value at plus 6 on a pretty good Memphis Grizzlies team. And I think John Morant is, didn't I see he's coming back? Let me see here. Morant. Yep. Did he play last game? Yeah, he played last game. 16 points, 8 rebounds, 28 minutes played. So that's good news. If you're a Grizzlies fan, you're happy that John Morant is back in the lineup. And when you look at Memphis on the year, 8-5 on the road, 9-4 against the point spread. Golden State 15-2, 13-4 against the number. Wow, that's pretty good home record, right? When you compare it to their road record, 7-6-1, 5-12 to the under. Golden State at home this year. I do like the under in this game here tonight. I do like the under, but I'd have to take a look. Let me take a look at my timing, and I'll be doing that after. But I want to see the STP here. I want to see the situational timing positions here of both these teams, daily MVI. NBA. There we go. All right, where's okay, so you got Memphis, Golden State, 71-7. Perfect. Yeah, this is what I like. I like this. I do like Memphis tonight, guys. I like Memphis plus 6, and I do like the under too, but I think I like Memphis plus 6 a little bit better. 9-4 against the number, but you're playing a hot team who's 15-2 at home, 13-4, and days rest. Wow, look at this. So both teams playing on 2 days rest. Home favorites in the NBA this year that are 3.5 to 6. Home favorite, 5-1 straight up, 3-2-1 against the number. But look at this, 6-0 to the over. So let's ixnay the under there, and let's go NBA teams on 3.5 to 6 point road dogs. 5-4 straight up, 6-3 against the number, 5-4 to the over. But I do like Memphis. I'm gonna go with Memphis plus 6 tonight, guys. We got two teams that are bullish, and value percentage play. What was the percentage play on this game? I don't think it was really high for. Let me go back here. Let me go back to my front page, and let me take a look at the. Go look. Oh, you know what? Too, I'll bring up the calculator. I want to check out the calculator. All right, NBA. The value and percentage play on this game, Memphis, 22% chance of winning straight up. That's not too good. 54.4, but good value. Be bullish. 111 and 107. We'll see what my calculator says. The ATS calculator. So we got Memphis, Tennessee, and we got Golden State. Survey says home team by 4.72, 217. And what's the total? 216. I think I said the total is what, 216. Yeah. So the calculator I like Memphis. I'm gonna go with Memphis here tonight. I like the under coach as well between Warriors and Memphis. Both teams will be flat after not playing a few days, says Prince Basket. Yeah, after not playing a few days for sure, right? And you got two teams that are, was it an A against a B? So two good teams, and looks pretty good. Dan Kelly, everyone now and again, Logic and Sportsman makes me put an ice pack on my head. What? Where's this? So I saw Dan Kelly's earlier. I saw somebody new sign up. All right, did I miss something? Where was that, Sniper? Can you bring it up? Oh, there it is. Crazy Grizz kicking ass without John Morant. Now that he's back, they start losing, says Dan Kelly. Yeah, hey, you know what? One game, right? That's one game, but that's why you got to believe in the law of average, Danny. Hey, you got to believe in the law of average. All right, so that is the breakdown of tonight's game between the Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah, we got a lot of games here tonight. So, guys, an opportunity to make some money here tonight on the Rain Report. All right, NBA and NFL system. So we gave that out. All right, let's go to that situational timing chart. This here, again, one of my favorite tools at the Rain Report, and it's called the STP, the Situational Timing Position. And last night we handicapped all the games. And what I do in this chart is I'm not giving you guys a play, but I'm telling you which game has potential you should be betting on, right? There's some games that the positional timing of the teams facing each other is not a good position to bet on, right? Situational timing, right? And what I do in this segment is I take a look at, are these teams in a good position tonight that I should be betting on this game? What I look for is yellow on yellow. If I get two neutral teams, this to me is a perfect game to bet on, right? This was the same thing last night with Denver and Oklahoma and San Antonio Lakers. Right now, just looking at that tells me those are probably the two best games that you want to bet on tonight from a situational timing position in the markets. All right, and this is why we talk about the markets and the Bulls, the Bears, it's just there's a culture and an environment that I'm trying to create with the Rain Report. So this way if you follow stocks, you follow cryptocurrency, then you take that analogy and you take it to sports betting, and you become a more educated bettor by following those three sectors, right? So you got Houston against Indiana. So right now, when I look at this team, right there, you got a C against a C, a bearish against a neutral, 57% confidence level in Indiana. I don't think I like this game here, mostly because C on C, right? Atlanta against Philadelphia. I'm not going to bet this game because of the injury reports to Atlanta. New Orleans against Orlando. So Orlando, not having a really good season, right? Orlando, 7-25 on the year. New Orleans playing better of late, 11-21, 5-12 on the road against a team that's 2-10, and Orlando 1-9 against C-type teams. I do like New Orleans, and I gave you guys a good system early on the Pelicans, right? So I do think the Pelicans, and you know what? They're yellow. It's always amazing when I do this chart and I look at teams, neutral type teams. I tell you, if you follow this and you follow this system, you're gonna notice these when you get a bearish against a bullish, you're on polar opposite of the teams where they're going, right? Like a team like Detroit that's bearish going the opposite way. Team like Miami, bullish going the opposite, the other way. And then you got to find out, from a betting perspective, when you got a team that's bullish like the Miami Heat, then the whole, there's not enough room in the bus to put everybody, right? Then you got a Detroit, team who's bearish and like, hello, Grand Canyon, no one's betting on them, right? But that's the mindset you got to have as a sports bettor. All right, so we did that. Detroit against Miami. Again, Miami, a lot of injuries. I'm not going to touch that game. No Butler, no Adebayo. I don't like that game. Washington against New York. Now, the Knicks also have a little bit of injuries on their hands. I know Barrett. Let me see. Barrett, game time decision. D. Rose's been out for a while. Who else here? Okay, so not too bad. Not too bad when it comes to both these teams. Barrett plays, then, and the thing is, we're looking for competitive balance, right? At the end of the day, you want the two teams on the floor to have competitive balance. And if your best players aren't there, you don't have competitive balance. And if you don't have competitive balance, how can you really analyze a game and make a decision based on the non-competitive balance of the matchup, right? To me, it's a tough situation. Now, Washington against New York, you got a B against a C. The confidence level is very low. Bearish and bearish. Now the New York Knicks at home this year, they are 6-10, and Washington 8-11. And you know what? I think I might have a lean towards Washington in this game. I might have a lean towards Washington. All right, let me see here. Let me see what you guys are saying. The Logic of Sports Betting, Ed Miller. The Logic. That's his book right there, Thomas McGuire. The Logic of Sports Betting. Yeah, I've never read the book, but I've saw the in the I think it's the bookstores. And yeah, I'll have to maybe order it and read it through the holidays. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Thomas. Appreciate that. Steph FanDuel kiosk 3.5, I guess, better number. Where is Miss Denica? I wanted to wish her happy holidays. Yeah, Miss Denica. I don't know where she's been lately. Hopefully she's okay. Proper money management is paramount to success. Yeah, absolutely. You know what, Dan? Amen. So Dan Kelly says proper money management is paramount to success in sports betting. And like I say all the time, and I know you're new here, Dan, but I say it all the time. You know, every day is not a Picasso, right? You're not going to paint that perfect picture and think today's the day you're going to, retire. Sports betting is like a lot like the cryptocurrency, a lot like the stock market. You got to pick and choose your day. And this is why in the Rain Report, I talk about action investment and sports betting investment, right? You got action days where, you just want action on the game because you're watching it, but, beer and pizza money, right? But your sports investment money, those are the ones like last night, Oklahoma, that would have been a sports investment pick for me. All right, Milwaukee, Dallas. Now you got an A against a B. And the thing is, when you look at A against a B, this tells you a lot, right? You are what your record says you are, says Bill Parcells 10,000 times. I say it on this show, and I'll say it another 10,000 times because I think it's one of the best quotes in sports. You are what your record says you are. In Milwaukee, you're a good team. Dallas, you're not a bad team. You're B against an A. Now, Milwaukee's favorite 3.5. The market value is 170, 100 for Dallas. The confidence level from the betting public is 57, which is pretty good. Neutral against neutral. And when you look at Milwaukee on the road this year, 9-8 against Dallas, 8-7. Now, Dallas coming off a loss last night. Was it last night? Yeah, they lost to Oklahoma. No, was it last night they played? Let me take a look here. They won a couple nights ago. That's right. I'm thinking of Denver and Dallas. I knew it started with a D. Let me see here. Let's take a look at Dallas' last game. Actually, you know what? Let me go to, this is much easier if I do this. The NBA computer pick. Dun, 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 dun. All right, where's Dallas? Yeah, so coming off a 114-102 win 2 nights ago against Minnesota. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, they're also coming off a win against Houston, right? So Milwaukee, Dallas, 57 neutral. You know what? Milwaukee what's the line now? I see -5 on my sheet. Now it's -3.5. I think money line is where you want to go in this one. I think money line is where I'm going to be leaning. An A against a B, and Milwaukee against those B-type teams, 5-3, and Dallas 2-6 against those A-type teams. So I think Dallas struggles against the top contenders. I think Milwaukee's the position STP here. All right, Charlotte against Denver. Now Denver didn't look too good last night. I know Joker, he was a non-factor last night. Charlotte, C against a B, a bearish against a neutral. Whew, you know what? This is a tough one here. Again, I have to look at the charts. What's going on with Charlotte these days? Hey, Charlotte, 16-17, 8-13 on the road. But 5. Let me see. Charlotte, 5-6 against B-type teams, where Denver's 6-5. But Denver at home, 8-5. And what's the line? -3. -3. After coming off a loss, I think Denver might be the play here. Minnesota, Utah, a C against an A. Again, Utah at home is just a different animal, right? 11-6 and 6-7 on the road. Always been that Jekyll type team, right? It's like Denver, Jekyll and Hyde. They're Jekyll at home, Hyde on the road. Same thing with the Jazz, 11-6, 9-4 against C type teams. And Minnesota, neutral state, 57% confidence level, but I'm not laying 12 points. Oklahoma against Phoenix. I think Oklahoma's in a bad spot here today. A C-type team, 57% confidence level. Against Phoenix, that's 85%. Anytime I get to 85%, I just won't touch those teams. It's just, what goes up must come down, right? But Phoenix is in a good spot, 14-2 at home. And when you look at their road record, 11-3. And Oklahoma, 5-9 on the road and 1-7 against those A-type teams. It's just too many points to lay, right? Oklahoma, they're happy with their win last night. So what kind of effort they're going to get. But keep in mind, C-type team, right? Memphis against Golden State. I like Memphis in this spot here. We talked about that earlier. And then San Antonio against the Lakers. You got the Lakers here, a 1.5 point favorite. San Antonio, a C-type team who are 6-9 on the road against the Lakers who are 10-8. Neutral type team, 57. I like the Spurs. I like the Spurs in this spot here tonight against Lakers. What about the Jazz game, Ron? Yeah, the Jazz game. I don't like any of these teams, Gloria. I think Utah wins, but there's too many points. And you got a team in Minnesota who's neutral and coming off a win, right? Is they coming off a win? No, they lost. That's right, they lost. Let me go to Minnesota here. Minnesota. Just Utah at home. Utah's a tough place to get a W. So let me see. Minnesota coming off a loss to Dallas. Didn't look good in that loss too. There's good losses and bad losses. That was a bad loss for Minnesota. And Utah coming off a 112-102. I like Utah, but I'm not laying 12. All right, there you have it. That is the STP, the situational timing position chart for today's game. Now I'm gonna do a couple of calculator games for you guys. So if you guys wanted, if you want me to look up any games in the, just post it in the bullpen and I'll bring it up. All right, let me do the first one here. And there's some games I'm not gonna do because they're crap, right? New Orleans, Orlando. I'm really curious about that game. Let's go New Orleans against Orlando. Survey says. Oh, wow. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. The away team, 6.4. So covering the 211. So it likes it to go over, and it likes the Pelicans. I like that. I do like New Orleans today, but unfortunately, you got a C-on-C type crime, right? Too many points in the NBA spread, says Gloria K. Rick Ruler, who are you talking about? Minus 400. Like Suns and Grizzlies, go Spurs. All right, Detroit, Miami, don't like that. Washington, New York. Let me check out this game. Washington against New York. We are the New York Knicks. All right, what's going on here? All right, here we go. Home team. Oh, New York, 2.69, 215.74. See, I like Washington in this spot, but the calculator is telling me otherwise. Interesting. Okay. All right, Milwaukee against Dallas. Yeah, there's a good one. Let's do Milwaukee against Dallas. What did it say about Texas, Miami? All right, I'll check that in a minute. The away team. So we like Milwaukee by 2 and 216.45. Yeah, what's the line in that game now? What's the line in Milwaukee game? Let me check with Bookmaker. All right, Milwaukee. Yeah, you know what? Money line, 158. Hey, you'll do it in baseball. Why wouldn't you do it in basketball, right? Or hockey? I do like Milwaukee on the money line. And I got them winning by what? 2? Yep. Let's go Milwaukee tonight. I know there's no Antetokounmpo, but we'll be all right. Charlotte against Denver. Don't care. Oh, you know what? I'll do it. Charlotte against Denver. Hey, because I respect Joker. Joker and his brothers. Hey, every time they goes on a game, his brothers are always there. Don't you? The Four Brothers, that movie, The Four Brothers. Charlotte against Denver, Ron, not Dallas. Yeah, it looks like Joker's a big horse racing fan too, right? You ever see the videos where he's at home there, riding horses? And I saw this year he went to he had a road game and he went to a stable to see the horses. So I think Joker's a big horse racing fan. That's awesome. All right, Charlotte against Denver. We got Denver winning 4.6 to 219. You know what? Denver might be a good play coming off that loss last night. So I think Denver might be a good play here tonight. Minnesota, Houston. Let's do Minnesota against Utah. Minnesota against Utah. Just take Napoli. Next game, says Rick Ruler. All right. Minnesota. Oh, what's going on here? All right. Home team by 10. Yeah, see? I don't like that game. I really don't. I like Utah, but I'm not laying that many points. Oklahoma against Phoenix. Yeah, let me see this one. See, this is another game. Oklahoma against Phoenix. I'm watching CNBC and they got The Rock talking about his tequila. Hey, that's what I like about CNBC. They go all over the place. All right, home team 16.5 and 214.3. Wow, So got them by 1. Memphis, Golden State. Did I do this one already? Memphis, Golden State. I think I did, right? Memphis, Golden State. Do it again. Oh, not Lakers. Oh, yeah. Memphis, Golden State. Man, it's slow today. What's going on? Here we go. All right, 4.72, and we're getting what? +6, so I do like that. And San Antonio against the Lakers. Hey, the Spurs. San Antonio against LA Lakers. Ron, the Rock Tequila. Yeah, I know, eh? Yeah, the Rock likes his tequila. The brand. All right, so we like San Antonio, 0.52, 220.91. And the total in that game is what? 223. So under and San Antonio. All right, so college football today. So we'll do the first game. We got North Texas against Miami Redhawks. So North Texas against Miami, Ohio. So the point spread in that game. All right, so Miami and the Mean Green. So Miami is a favorite by 2. The over-under at 56. And we have North Texas winning by 3. And 55 is the total, so we like it to go under. So if you like North Texas today, we do have the Mean Green winning by 3.02. And they are a 2-point underdog. So that's a good one right there. And then UCF, Central Florida, UCF. I don't know if it's UCF or Central Florida. Yeah, probably Central Florida. There we go. Against Florida Gators. I think the Gators are just they're used to playing on a New Year's Day. They're not used to playing before Christmas. I don't think they're going to be jacked for this one here today. I think UCF is the play, or maybe the total, or you don't touch it. When in doubt, get out, right? One of my rules, when in doubt, get out. I don't think you again, what's their motivation in this game? Mullins, who knows? Wait, 3.5. Look at that. See, UCF 3.5, 47.3, and what's the favorite? Central Florida +7. Yeah, take UCF, and the total is what? 56.5, and we got 47.3. But I do like UCF +7. So there you have it. Miami used to be the Redhawks. I should told you guys take the under in the Kings Clippers game, but a lot of info on Holmes. All right, folks. Thanks for watching the Rain Report today. This was a long one, but you know what? Since it's the last day before Christmas, and I won't be here tomorrow, I'll be back on Tuesday. Might do a guest appearance for the VIP section on Saturday. If you're not a VIP member, check into it. You hit the join button at the bottom, and there's 3 memberships here at the Rain Report. I'm gonna do the so let me just bring that over. I don't think you can so if you go to the Rain Report, you see where it says join. If you click on that, see, it doesn't show. Maybe you see that. I don't know if you guys see that, but it says Breakfast Clubs, Computer Picks, and the Rain Report, and you can support the site by being a member here at the Rain Report. All right, folks. Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you guys have a great holiday. And if I don't see you guys on the 25th, again, have a safe and Merry Christmas. And I'll be back here next Tuesday, and we'll get you some more winners here on the Rain Report. All right. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages, and happy holidays, everybody. And I'll see you back here on Tuesday. And good luck with your selections this evening. Cheers. Oh, before I go, you know what? Before I go, I just saw that. Let me give out the poll. The final poll results: 49ers 57%, Titans 43%. In case people are watching at home on the replay and they're saying, "Hey, he never gave out the poll." Yeah, I did. There it is, 57 and 43. All right, there you have it. And we are out of here. Hasta la vista, baby. See you lunes. Cheers.